A couple days ago, I was inspired by a guy that I follow. He makes great content on YouTube by the name of Marley Speaks. If you just type that in, you'll probably find him. He posted something on his Instagram that was called like a Memento Mori calendar. And this calendar has however many dots on it, and each dot represents a week of his life. And he's like 22, 23 now, and you can just see like visually every like week that he's lived and how many weeks he has left. It only goes up to a certain number, so he could live past that. But he says it might be a bit morbid, but it's a great reminder to use your time wisely when you realize your time is finite. And I decided to print off one of these Memento Mori calendars. This one only goes up to 88 years, so that's however many weeks, but I filled it in with how many weeks I've lived, right from being born. There's a lot of dots on there, and I've got a lot of dots left to fill. But there'll come a point when I've got more dots filled in than I've got left empty. Hell, I don't know when I'm going to die. None of us know. So maybe the dots will come to an end sooner than I think. But that gives me more reason to live life and to not waste it. Now, a lot of people say life's too short. And on this Memento Mori calendar, there was this beautiful quote from Seneca I'm going to read to you now. It's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Life is long enough, and a sufficiently generous amount has been given to us for the highest achievements if it were all well invested. But when it is wasted in heedless luxury and spent on no good activity, we are forced at last by death's final constraint to realize that it has passed away before we even knew it was passing. So it is. We are not given a short life, but we make it short. And we are not ill-supplied, but wasteful of it. Life is long if you know how to use it. Whoa, that is deep as heck. Like, if you think about the average human in our generation, right? A lot of us are going to live to 100 years old if we die of old age, right? A lot of us are going to get past the age of 100. Think about how long 100 years is, an entire century. And people say, oh, life's short, but that's because, they don't take care of themselves, they don't maximize the longevity, but life does seem short, like, especially as you get older, because, like, when you're a kid, you've not lived that many years, so it just doesn't seem like waiting 10 minutes feels like a decade, whereas nowadays, a decade feels like 10 minutes. Like, it's 2025, how crazy is that? The millennium was a quarter of a century. I wasn't even born in the millennium. I was born 6 years after it, so I'm 19 now, but I still feel old. I started feeling old when I was 14 in 2020, thinking, damn, the millennium was 20 years ago. But this quote was very, very insightful because it showed that maybe life isn't short. Maybe we just use it on the wrong things. Like, life can seem short when you're not fulfilling, like, your purest self. Life will feel short when you get to the end of your life and you're filled with regret, wishing that you'd not done as much as you could have. Like, you're going to regret so much. Not talking to that girl, not sparking up that conversation, not taking that job opportunity, not going on that trip. These are the things that you're going to be sat thinking on your deathbed when it's sadly too late. And we live so many, like, I see it on so many people's faces. When I'm on public transport or wherever, walking in the street, on public transport, it's very apparent. You've got people going to work, hard-working, disciplined people, but they look twice their age. They're sleep-deprived. They just got this horrible neck posture because they're staring at the screens trying to numb the pain. Because they're not living a life, they work a crap job. I'm sure there's people that truly enjoy their job. I'm sure there's people that are living their life and making the most of it. I think the majority of people aren't. Like, I can't prove this, but I think the majority of people aren't. The majority of people are not happy with their jobs, with their lives, with how things are going. They're wasting it on instant gratification, like I said, to numb the pain, as it said here. Heedless luxury. That's what we're wasting it on. Spent on no good activities. Spend it on the good activities. Spending time with family. Fulfilling your dreams and your purpose. Because at the end of your life, you're not going to regret having tried. Even if you failed. Even if you approached 100 girls and all of them rejected you. Even if you never got to the place you wanted to be. You tried. You're not going to regret trying, because why would you? Because trying can lead to so many things. If you don't try, rejection is guaranteed. Like, you've rejected yourself. If you don't go over to that girl you're seeing across the room, if you don't go up to and talk to her, then that's like guaranteed rejection. Like, you've just rejected yourself. She didn't even have to reject you. You did that yourself by not taking that step. You rejected that job opportunity because you didn't think you were qualified. Hell, you might have not even got the job. Maybe you weren't qualified, but you guaranteed you weren't going to get it. You guaranteed that you weren't going to make fun memories by not going on that trip. And hell, you were likely to make good memories, but you thought, oh no, it's too expensive, I don't want to do this, oh, I've not got enough time. Excuses. And then people say life's too short when they waste it living a life that is a shadow of your ultimate self, your happiest, fulfilled self. And then you have the audacity to say life is too short. When you're wasting it day after day on things you don't even care about, on cheap dopamine. It's a real shame, man. My heart aches for you if you're going through this. I went through this for quite a while. I still have days where I'm sometimes thinking, what am I doing with my time? Am I really doing things? But then I have days where I know, like right now, I believe I am working towards my true purpose, becoming financially free, being just freedom by working on this channel. And even if it goes nowhere, at the very least, I'm reaching someone through this microphone who could be on the opposite side of the world. And I'm changing their thought pattern. I'm changing the way they think about life and themselves. How crazy is that? So, memento mori. Remember you're going to die, but remember you've been given a sufficiently generous amount of time for your highest achievements. So use it wisely, and then it won't seem so sure. Hope you've enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. God bless, and as always, you take very good care of yourself.